Morning, morning, morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another lovely rider. Today we have a beautiful lady. She's, when she got into the car, what do we have here? I wish I was younger. No, on a serious note, she's an influencer. And she's going to talk about her journey of being an influencer, how she started, where she is today, and just generally, we'll see how it goes. So nice to have you here today, Juju.
Thank you. It's nice to be here, man.
Okay.
It's currently snowing right now, randomly, out of nowhere, which is very interesting, isn't it?
Okay, that's good.
The weather's gone mad. But
So
yeah.
tell us, how did you get, furthermore, what kind of person were you when you were in school?
Naughty. You know what? Not naughty, misunderstood.
Okay, misunderstood. That's an interesting one.
Misunderstood. Yeah.
Okay, why were you misunderstood?
So I grew up in a single parent household. So a lot of the time, like, I didn't have like a clear mind space and stuff. So when I used to go to school, I would have like attention issues and anger management problems. So I used to clash a lot with the teachers. And that actually led to me getting kicked out in year 8. So after year 8, I never actually went to school.
So what year are you meant to go up to school? So I'm a bit
11.
older. Okay, so you
So I
missed
went
out
to go. Yep, missed out about
3 years.
basically most of my high school. But then I never.
You're born in London?
Born in London. My mum was born here, born and raised. So I'm third generation British from Morocco. But yeah, and I never gave up though, all my studies. I retook my GCSEs when I was in college. So when I was 17, I retook them. And I got all A stars and A's,
Okay.
which is amazing. Yeah, I put my head down and basically done 5 years of work in 1 year.
So what changed there? Because something personally must have changed as well.
When I got excluded, I actually had to go to counselling and anger management and stuff. So that definitely did help. And that's why I say misunderstood, because I feel like I had a lot of personal issues to do with hormones and to do with my mental state when I was younger. But in the school that I went to, it was very strict. And they didn't really have time for that stuff, do you know what I mean? They were just like, come in, do your work, don't be late. And you'd get in trouble, if anything, rather than sit down and have a conversation about, is everything okay at home? You know, like what they do now.
Yeah.
Is everything okay at home? Yeah.
But how long ago was that? Or I should your age? Because
25.
25, okay.
Yeah, man.
So why I was asking you that, because the argument is, should teachers have to deal with the social work issues of a student, or are they there to teach?
No, 100% they are, but I feel like with safeguarding is very important because, and I've seen a huge pattern between the children who misbehave, in quotation marks, in school are mainly the ones that have real life issues going on at home. And when I say real life issues, I mean not eating dinner. Do you get it? Even things like that, or domestic violence. They're seeing that every day. So that when they go into the classroom, they can't take themselves out of that traumatic event. They just, that's why they end up mucking about. They end up, what's it called? When the work gets too hard, they end up saying, "No, I'm not doing this anymore. I'd rather just throw a pencil at that person over there." Do you get it? I'd rather make jokes. That's the kind of thing. So I feel like safeguarding is very important. However, and I don't think it is the teacher's responsibility, but the teacher is definitely the bridge between getting the child the help and the child themselves. So, I mean, nowadays they have mentors in schools. I don't know how long they've had that for. When I was in school, there wasn't many mentors. There was probably about one. But now they have much more mentors and much more support for the young children of these days as well, which is good.
Do you think that's effective?
Yes and no. I mean, sometimes it's not. But I feel like even if you just help one child, it's better than not helping none at all.
Okay.
So I definitely wouldn't tell anyone to scrap it at all.
If you could have go back in time in relation to your school, what would you have changed?
What would I have changed?
And why?
My attitude. You mean as in if I could change one thing about the school itself or about myself?
Whatever, because it doesn't just have to be one thing. It could be what you've touched on is really important. So everybody goes through school in this country. We're a blessed country, and we all come with our issues.
Yeah.
It's a bit like adult relationships.
Yeah.
So, how do you think it could have gone better for you?
Yeah.
And under what circumstances and why?
I feel like leading to the point where I got excluded, for being aggressive and stuff, I feel like if I could change one thing, I would have the school really just sit me down and see if everything's okay, instead of just jumping to the conclusion that I'm naughty or that I was purposely being like rebellious and, you know, angry and stuff like that. Because I actually ended up hitting a teacher. That's why I got excluded, which obviously I'm ashamed about as an adult now. I'm like, I can't believe I did that. But at the time, like, I couldn't even, I just reacted, you get it? I just had really bad anger management problems. So I feel like to maybe have sat down with someone and them say to me, you know, what led to this is are you deflecting from something else? Are you bringing your problems to the school? What happened? And then to kind of get me the help, even if they wanted to exclude me still, just to get me the help to carry on, do you get it? Instead of just putting me in anger management. So I did boxing for 5 years.
You're the second lady boxer I will be interviewing.
I wouldn't say I'm a boxer, but I wanted to be a boxer. It really did help with my discipline. And you find, you know, people who do boxing tend to not box in fights or punch people or want to go out there fighting and stuff, because you know the power of your punch, especially when you got a good jab and stuff. And
also know that other people another boxer can cause you a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So you size it up.
Exactly.
In that respect.
100%.
You don't look like you've been boxing. It's your nose.
I've got boxer shoulders. Look at my shoulders.
Yeah,
no, but that's the thing. So when it started to get a bit serious, they were like, yeah, we want you in. We want you to do championships. My mum was like, absolutely no way. She's like, you're going to get brain damage. They're going to break your nose.
Yeah, your nose
they're going to hurt your
broken.
Jaws. Yeah.
If I look at the other girl I interviewed, I should send you that episode. You can see that she's been hit a couple of times. Not to say she's ugly.
Yeah.
But she's just, you know.
No, my nose is one of my best features. But saying that, I don't have a bridge anyway, so my nose is much harder to break than anyone else's, because there's not really the bone. You know the bone that people have here that normally gets the bump? Yeah. I don't know the science behind it. But yeah, so yeah, did that. And then went to uni, didn't work out. That's how I became an influencer. It just didn't work out.
Well, before we move on to the influencer bit, because I just want to focus more on your development from education, through education. What was the circumstances where you hit that teacher?
So, it's interesting. I came in school late, so I missed my first lesson. Again, problems at home and stuff. So, came to school late, missed the first lesson. At the end of the day, I had to collect the work that I missed. So the teacher was like, look, it's okay, just take it home and do it there. So I went to collect the work, but there was another teacher in the classroom at the time, and she had a detention. She was doing a detention for, like, if you want to call them naughty kids or whatever. And so I knocked on the door, she ignored me. I knocked on the door again, she ignored me. And I was like, okay, this woman's taking a mick. So I walked in, I opened the door, and she started shouting, like, very aggressively.
Was she dealing with another student at the time?
No, the kids were sitting there. Obviously, I know I shouldn't have gone in, but all the kids...
I'm getting the picture.
All the kids were sitting on their tables, basically, just doing their work. She's just sitting at the front. You know, like, it's the typical detention. So it was after school, It's
been 30 years, 36 years since
oh,
I've
God.
been in school. So.
Oh, my days. Listen, you don't want to go back, trust me. School is something else now.
No, that's what I'm trying to get... So, what age were you here?
So this was 12 years ago, so I was 13. I think that's 12 years ago. So that was what? 2010, I think. Yeah, 2010. Yeah, so got in now. She's shouting very, very aggressive. Just want to add, later on, about 3 years later, they actually found out she was actually very racist and very Islamophobic. So I don't know if that was why she had such a, like, horrible attitude that day. But anyway, she charged towards me. Where she charged towards me, I kind of flinched. And then in that moment where I flinched, I felt like a victim. And I was like, no, I'm not a victim. So then I carried on. I walked in and I grabbed my work. She's like, you can't take that work, it's not yours. I said, it's literally mine, it's literally my name. She's like, you can't prove it to you. I was like, it's literally my name, like, I'm not going to steal work. As I went to grab the work with one hand, my handbag, like my school bag, was on my arm like this, and she grabbed my school bag and literally tried to drag me out of the classroom. So then I turned to her, I said to her, look, you got 10 seconds to get off my bag, like, just, you know what I mean? I gave her 10 seconds, and she was like, you can't count me down, I'm the adult, you're the child. I said, okay, cool. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She didn't go off, so I didn't slap her, I hit her. I hit her hand like that. I don't know where I learned Kung Fu, but I gave her a chop. And her wrist just let go and gave way. And then, went home. Next day came into school, police and everything,
Oh, she called the police
to try and press charges, but we got them dropped because she literally touched me first. Like, she dragged me out of the classroom, and obviously I had all the witnesses in the classroom, right?
I'm surprised that they didn't sack her.
I know.
Because if you're assaulting a child...
Exactly. But you know what it is? The school kind of like put it under the carpet very quickly. What's it called? Sweep it under the carpet. Yeah, they swept it under the carpet very quickly. They just wanted it to be over and done with. That's why they excluded me straight away. Like, they didn't... Normally they give you like a probation period like of a month, and they'll go back and forth and see if they can work it out, and you know, get you to a referral unit, and then come back. Do you get it? As it's like rehabilitation almost, like. But literally the next day they called us in, police and everything. They were like, look, you've assaulted a teacher. I told my side, I had my witnesses, and then they were like, okay, we're gonna have to exclude you. Yeah, I did. I said, I'm a child. She dragged me, and there's people in front, like everyone saw. And they were like, yeah, well, that's not an excuse. What you should have done is just left the classroom and then came to us the next day and told us, and we would have dealt with it. But you actually physically put your hand on her. You hit her. She was crying all night. All this rubbish. And then I was like, all right, cool. But I won't lie, you know, in that moment, the biggest thing I was scared of is my mum. I was so scared to go home to like face my mum, to tell her I'm excluded from school, because I felt like I was just like gonna let her down and stuff, especially growing up in a single parent household. You know, they want you to go to school and change your life around. So but that's the one time she didn't react badly.
Okay, so maybe she got an understanding, but it's just you and your sister.
Three sisters.
Three sisters, no brothers.
No brothers, no men.
Okay.
It's a fully woman empowered household. Very strong minded women.
Okay, are you the oldest, youngest?
I'm the second oldest.
Mm-hmm. So you went to uni, college or uni?
I went college first, did my A-levels.
Yep.
Physics, chemistry and maths.
Okay. So
yeah, I'm a bit of a nerd.
No, that's good though, you got all your A's.
That's another reason why I was very upset why they kicked me out of school, because I was always top set, I was always high achieving, and I just had a natural ability to be quite, what's it called? I was always academic.
When you found out about the Islamophobia and the teacher and the racism later on, what area was this?
This is in Shepherd's Bush.
Okay. What did the school say anything to you? Or
no.
Did you go back to the school to say anything, or? Oh
no, I'm like, I don't know if I'm still banned from the area, but I was like, I was on a ban, so I haven't been back to the school at all. No, my sisters carried on going to the school, my friends, and they're the ones that let me. So she was like, she was from New Zealand, you know, the teachers that come from abroad. So she was like one of those ones. She came from New Zealand and stuff, and only after they realised.
How did they realise?
I think she had a confrontation with a few of the students, and each one of them was like a person of colour or, you know, a Muslim. So, you know what I mean? Because our school was mostly like Somalis, North Africans, and Caribbean people. So literally like probably 2% white people, that's it. So yeah, and every single like child she had an issue with was either Muslim or black, basically.
Yeah, I suppose some people would say statistically that's inevitable if it's only 2% white.
I know, but she would pick up problems that are not even there, and I'm not sure. I don't want to make things up, but I'm not sure if she did say racist remarks. She must have done something, I don't know. But my friends came back and was just like to me, look, she's actually proven racist. Like, she's so racist.
Okay.
And she ended up going back to like New Zealand or Australia, wherever she was from. A few years later.
We hope that episode enhanced your life. We post an interview every day, as well as vlogging on our social media channels. Don't forget to subscribe to get our latest episode.